Welcome back to another edition of Everything Football 62. I'm your host, Jonathan Big Tex Johnson. It's been a couple weeks, y'all. Like I say, we're going into that second week. Like I say, everything looking good with my Pokes, with the Cowboys and everything. But I'm gonna kind of be all over the place. I want to touch on a couple of different things and whatnot. Not trying to really make a bunch of shows dealing with certain things. It's just not, just not a bunch of shows. It's just like, because a lot of different things is like going on and happening right now, pretty fast, and just different things. It's just like, from Antonio Brown madness and all this type of stuff, and just those different types of things is happening with him, which is really to no surprise of really anybody when you get right down to it. But one of the things I want to talk about, one of the most interesting things so far in this second week that I found extremely, and that I don't think anybody saw coming, is that right now your top quarterbacks in the league right now, is that of Dak Prescott, Lamar Jackson, and of course Pat Mahomes. Everybody expected stuff from going on for Pat Mahomes and whatnot, but nobody seen the Lamar Jackson thing and nobody saw the Dak Prescott thing. That's if anybody wants to be honest. Dak right now is playing at another level, and I know this is week 2. And then y'all, if you guys have been riding with me for the past 3 years, you know what I tell you about. I don't really start getting into football insofar as taking teams, because they're still working out the bugs and a lot of different things. Some teams will improve tremendously over the next 6 weeks, and a lot of teams are just going to be who they, that's when you find out that's who your team is going to be. A team like the Dolphins, I don't see anything happening with them guys. That season's pretty much has been mailed in. That's, they can make a comeback. That's what I'm saying. Things can happen. But really, when a team is that 8th, 9th week, that's when I was like, that's pretty much, they worked out all the kinks, and whoever they're going to be, that's who they're going to be. But right now, Dak is playing lights out, with the exception of that one interception yesterday when he could have actually ran that 3rd and 1. He could have just took a couple of steps and did that. Dak's playing lights out. He's playing phenomenal ball. It's a certain type of confidence, certain kind of air that's going along with him, and it's just there. What I will say, and I was saying this at the end of last year, defense needs to step it up. They got the 1 sack with Crawford, I believe, yesterday and whatnot. They made Casey Keenum was not really that touch to harass, and they gave up that game should have been basically, in my opinion, 38-14. They should have put a 40 burger on them jokers, but defense needs to step it up as far as the pass rush is concerned, because nobody really got any no running yards on him and anything like that, because, Adrian Peterson had 10 carries for like 25 yards and the 1 touchdown. And truth be told, since I'm just going all around the board here, Gruden does not want Adrian Peterson. That's obvious. He doesn't want him there. He was hoping Geis was going to be straight. Geis hurts himself again, pretty much out for the season. He's stuck with Peterson right now. But really, I think that's some stuff with Dan Snyder, because he does not want Peterson there. If he wanted Peterson in that, Peterson would be in the game. 10 carries yesterday for a future Hall of Famer. He doesn't want him there, and that's obvious. So that's going to be interesting how that pans out. Look at what Lamar Jackson is doing. I mean, like I said, but before we do all of that stuff, let's go over here and let's go deal with Dak. Go deal with Dak Prescott right now. Let's deal with this. Let's deal with this guy, because, like I say, at this particular point, 2-0, 51-62, 82.2 percentage, 674 yards and whatnot. He's thrown 7 touchdowns and 1 pick. I mean, the guy's balling. He's balling, and everybody, like that. The running is there. He even got the yards yesterday. I'm like, come on, man. I'm like, he's playing lights out, and that money's right around the corner. I think if Dallas is going to make a push for anything, this is the team that they have to deal with. They have a plethora of weapons, something they've never really had in a long, long, long time, and there's no excuse in it. Like I said, defense, step it up. I need to see more from Tank Lawrence and whatnot, but we'll see what them other guys, some of them guys on the defensive line, step up and do what they need to do in the secondary and whatnot, and all those other different places. Lamar Jackson balling out. Like I said, those are 2 that nobody's expecting anything out of, for sure. Nobody's expecting them guys to do too much of anything. And here you go with Lamar Jackson. And like I said, I was up there playing when I sent the little video out there last week. I said, I thought they said they couldn't throw. They said he couldn't throw the ball. Well, you see what he ended up doing. And so when you're doing with the game that he had against the game that he had against the Dolphins and everything and whatnot, and going down to what has he done so far this year? 41 to 57, 85 percentage, but 596 yards passing. He's thrown for 7 touchdowns, no interceptions. He's rushed 19 times for 126 yards. He didn't even run the ball, but maybe once or twice, I think, last week. And he ran the ball for over 100 and some odd yards yesterday. I already know what Pat Mahomes is doing. I mean, again, off the charts and whatnot. And I think was surprising more than anything, and it's cool to see. You know, you have, I think this is the first time, and I don't know when you've had, like, you know, and Russell Wilson is still, I mean, not trying to make that an issue, but this is the first time that I can remember when you have like 3, 4, your top quarterbacks, and your top ones right now are the ones that's making a lot of noise in the league right about now. Not even talking about Kyler Murray. At least so far, he's made Arizona. They compete. They didn't compete last year. They competing, and it's already being said. And what did I tell y'all? I told y'all a while back, the college game is in the pro game. This is you can't get around it. And this is the main reasons why these guys are doing what they're doing, because this is the type of ball that they play. You know what I'm saying? All that other type of ball that played all those years ago and stuff, nothing wrong with it. It can still do what it does and whatnot. But that, like I said, that's why, in my opinion, why Noah Turner, he's overthinking this thing with Cam. He should mix some of the stuff that he knows and let Cam be Cam. There's no way it's 4th and down and 1. You're 4th and 1, but you're on the 2. You have a 6'6", 245, 250-pound quarterback, and you trying to do a Philly special. That's sabotage to me, no matter how you put it. And I said, like I told my partner this past weekend, I'm like, they're trying to make Christian McCaffrey the face of that franchise. Period. End of story. And he's not. Like I said, but I just watched a 42-year-old Tom Brady do a quarterback sneak and go in. Just yesterday. And you mean to tell me Cam, who just turned 30 years old, a physical specimen, and he's not even playing this game? No running, no, he's not even playing this game. I don't know if Cam's hurt. If not, they might have their reasons for it, but like I know it's an issue there. When they sit up there and said that because Christian was getting all them touches for that first game against the Rams, and then Cam supposedly said something like, I guess he must have had him on his fantasy league or something like that. And then when this play came up, and then Cam said, I run whatever play they tell me to run. So you know it's an issue going on right there. You automatically know it's an issue going on right there. And what North Turner needs to realize is that is that Cam Newton is not Troy Aikman. Okay? His game, he's a dual threat quarterback. Maybe not as fast and dynamic as some of them other guys that are a little older and stuff like that, but at the same time, you know, and like I said, Cam still has never no receivers. I still haven't really seen no receivers. Anytime you're still trying to throw the ball to your damn running back, that's not good. But, you know, we'll see what happens. But this is something to really see when you have these quarterbacks that are your top quarterbacks right now in the league that's making the most noise in the first 2 weeks are 3 African-American quarterbacks. And, like, this is something serious. It's like you look at, you look at what's going on with those guys, man, and it's like I said, it's a game. It's something to behold. I mean, like Mahomes threw for like 450 some odd yards and like 4 touchdowns yesterday. I'm like, come on, man. I'm like, it's just ridiculous. And like I even told you about with Kyler Murray, you know, you got that going on. You even having the cat over that jaw, you know, just throwing him up in there. What's his name? Josh Allen. Like I said, a little critical of him, but I'm like, we'll see what he does though over there. Buffalo got him winning, and like, you know, he wants to try to make a play. I just find it ironic that he never is known as no quote unquote dual threat quarterback, because he did nothing in Wyoming to even think that. But yet he's trying to make some plays and he's trying to win some ball games, and that's always commendable and whatnot. But yeah, but it's something to see. It's pretty cool to see. So it's like, you know, it's okay with these guys. So like I said, but still a lot of football left. Getting ready to watch this Cleveland and Jets game. We're going to see what's happening, see what's going on with these guys and whatnot, as opposed to what's going on. You know, like I said, all that Cleveland talk, and I'm like, I want to see what them guys going to do today and see what happens if they mess around and drop and go to 0-2, which to certain people it wouldn't be a surprise, because they put too much emphasis on this team, and whatnot for a team that really, I said, they were 7-9 last year. It's commendable of what Baker Mayfield, what he brought up, but at the end of the day, they were 7-9. Last I checked, that's a losing record. You can get all the talent you want, but you got to still try to play this game. So we're going to see what happens tonight a little bit in a few minutes, as a matter of fact. But yeah, so it's going to be real interesting to see. But right now, these guys are playing ball. This whole Antonio Brown saga going on. It's just one thing after another thing after another thing. Now another chick that came up there and said this, that, and the other. She was doing paintings for this Joker, and I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's honestly just ridiculous. I mean, it's a pile-on effect. Antonio Brown, to me, is a kind of a knucklehead, great talent, but he's coming out to be a knucklehead. And a lot of this guys got to learn to protect themselves, got to put themselves in better positions so they don't have to be going through all this type of crud that they're going through, and just be smart about it. But you had a time right now where you have these young females, these guys running around with these girls or whatever like that, and this is that whole Me Too movement. Hate to even pull that up in there. And I'm like, dudes are talking. And they better start watching their back. And that's all them guys. Every last cat in the NFL, he better start watching his back, because everybody's out to get a payday. I'm not saying that Brown isn't an idiot when he does some of the things, puts himself in those particular predicaments, but at the same time, people are out for a money grab. And these young ladies, a lot of them are out for a money grab. And all that. So we'll see what happens. Like this other chick, the one that's painting his pictures, she just came out. I'm like, well, what happened a week ago? What happened 2 weeks? If this happened in 2017 or 2018, why now? That's what I'm saying. It's just like, it just doesn't make any sense to me, and it just behooves me that these other guys run around here and they still fall into the stupid stuff with dealing with these young ladies, and they need to learn to start protecting themselves big time and whatnot, and they won't put themselves in that amount of trouble and stuff like that. But at the same time, I'm like, you got to watch yourselves and what's going on. But yeah, man. But that's pretty much it for me. Just a little rant on that. Just throw some stuff up out there. A lot of different things to touch up on. But it's gonna be interesting to get ready to get up and watch this game tonight for a couple of hours and stuff like that. See what's going on with them and everything. See actually what they're gonna do. But it's interesting to see these other quarterbacks. But real quick, here you got Roethlisberger out for the year. You already had Luck retired. Drew Brees is out for 6 weeks, possibly with a broke thumb. They hoping all this stuff for Sam Darnold. This joker got mono. Hell, I haven't heard anybody had mono since the 80s when jokers used to get mono back in high school, back in school. So all that going on right now. And then you better, like I said, you better watch Carson Wentz. That's all I'm gonna say. I've already told y'all about that. Jim Everett 2.0. He got lit up last night. Ribs was hurting. He come running out of that tent because they already knew what time it was. McCown was marching him down there. He hurried up and ran his butt back up in there. We will see what happened with Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz goes, Philly's over with. Y'all heard that here first. But any Philly fan, true Philly fan, football fan, knows that. You guys, check me out. Subscribe to the page. Smash that like button and whatnot. Like I tell you guys all the time, there is no GOAT, no greatest of all time, as long as time's still going on. And like I tell y'all, numbers don't lie and get emotional. People do. Y'all have a good one.